more breaking news now, this time from New York. That is because El Chapo, a.k.a. Joaquin Guzman, has now been sentenced after being convicted on nearly a dozen criminal counts, including running an enterprise of international drug trafficking. Let me get right to NBC's Ron Allen, who is joining us from outside federal court in Brooklyn. So, Ron, what do we know? What's the sentence?
The sentence was a mandatory sentence, life in prison plus 30 years for firearms violations. But this was a mandatory sentence. The judge had no discretion to impose this sentence. It was a very dramatic scene in the courtroom that is now winding down. It started at about 9:22 this morning. It lasted, the highlight of it all, of course, was El Chapo addressing the court, the first time we've heard him speak during this entire process. He rose to his feet, spoke to the court. He complained about the conditions of his confinement, said it was inhumane. He complained about the fact that he could not speak to his family, his wife, his two twin 8-year-old daughters who have been present in the court from time to time, at least his wife has. He said that he's going to challenge his extradition to the United States, which is one of the issues that we expect his attorneys to bring up upon appeal. But the bottom line is that this is the end of this chapter, a bizarre trial that revealed an extensive criminal enterprise that lasted for several decades. We've heard all kinds of bizarre stories about heinous murders, torture, alleged sex with underage girls, massive amounts of drugs that were being smuggled into the United States. The government estimates that his fortune was worth some $12.6 billion, money that has not been recovered, but that the United States hopes to seize in some ways by seizing assets that belong to Guzman. So this is in fact not over, but that seems very difficult to do. He will be sent, we believe, to a supermax prison in Florence, Colorado, which is one of the toughest prisons in the United States, where the, quote, worst of the worst are held. Wow. The Unabomber Ted Kaczynski, the Boston Marathon bomber, the Oklahoma City bomber, the shoe bomber, all these notorious criminals are there in Florence, Colorado. Again, the process here is now winding down. The sentence is now winding down. We will never see Guzman. In fact, this may be the last time that he is seen in public by anyone here as this case winds down. Again, the sentence mandatory, life in prison, plus 30 years for firearms violations, something that the prosecution wanted to add to his sentence. But effectively, this is the end of El Chapo. He will be sent to this prison, and best chances are that we will never, ever see him again. Hallie?
It is a remarkable end to an almost unbelievable story. Ron Allen, real quickly, any notables in court, anybody who came in that we should know about?
His wife was present, as she has been, his 29-year-old wife, his defense team. But no, we did. The courtroom was packed. There were lines out here earlier this morning.
Wow.
The security in this area is completely enormous amount of security. There's been a routine where he has come over from his prison holding cell in Manhattan. They have closed down this entire part of Brooklyn and Lower Manhattan when that has happened at 4 or 5 in the morning during the weeks and months that this trial has been taking place. Just an incredible scene to see in the courtroom. But again, the bottom line is we will never see him again. Hallie?
NBC's Ron Allen reporting for us from New York. Ron, we'll look for more of your reporting here and on NBC Nightly News. Thank you. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Why don't you subscribe? It's really easy. Just click on that button down there. And for more news from MSNBC, click on any of these videos here for the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more videos from MSNBC with our newsletters. Head over to msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up.